Hey everybody, DexIndicators.net. This is the Dex Pivot Indicator Intro. Now, what is a pivot point? A pivot point is a technical analysis indicator used to determine the overall trend of the market over different time frames. The pivot point itself is simply the average of the high, low, and closing prices from the previous day of trading. Now, some people want to know how to calculate a pivot point. Well, here you go. For all you tech guys out there, there are several different methods for calculating pivot points, the most common of which is a 5-point system. This system uses previous day's highs, lows, and closes, along with 2 support levels and 2 resistance levels, totaling 5 price points to derive a pivot point. The equations are as follows. Go ahead and have a look at that. Some of you don't want that, and I don't blame you. This is what I look like when I first looked like it. So when I had to create this system to be able to put this in there, it became all about the math, and that's fine. But really, I just want to make it simple. So let me make it simple for you. It becomes this simple. Simply clicking and dragging over to a new chart and hitting OK. That's going to give you let me get to it. There it is. That's going to give you a chart looking like this. Now, you might think it looks kind of complicated, but in later videos, I'll be able to break all this down. But really, it just takes the previous day, no matter what time frame you're on. You can scope back to see, okay? Even if you're on a 1-minute time frame, you can still scope back to on the macro look to see, okay? But, you know, you're going to use them for the higher time frames anyway, 15-minute, minute 30, minute H1. And you're going to be pretty much at this kind of level right here. So you can kind of see it takes the previous day, takes out a certain market, depends on if it's in a particular direction, applies the calculation to a pivot point, which is right here in the middle of the screen here, okay? And this central pivot point becomes I guess you could say the levels and deviations and resistance and support levels as you go either up or down throughout the market. Now, you've probably seen other support and resistance indicators out there, and we have one, Dex Support and Resistance, which is more about the resistance and support levels from not just today, but way back in time to see how many you're actually hitting. Now, which one's more accurate? Well, it depends on the system that you're using and what you're using the signals on or what you're using the process with. This could be more accurate in the moment of many other support levels that should be by the mathematics of it, of the previous day's information, where the support and resistance is more of a long-term overview of psychological lines, if you will, that have happened in the past. So this becomes more mathematical and technical of today and yesterday, where the support and resistance side is really the overall. But that's why we added support and resistance into this as well for the previous day as well as the day before. So the lines that you're using here can actually help you engage with any other system, whether you're putting on a trend reverse or our signal process or what have you. It will fold nicely over just about any other indicator. Now, in future trainings, I want to show you some of the nuances and, of course, what the back office of the indicator looks like. Something like this. Let me pull it up here real quick. That has a lot of stuff that you can turn on and off with, you know, so as far as like this high lows, the mid pivot points, you could show Fibonacci's. We've written Fibonacci into this as well, which we'll show you how to use. There's some pretty cool things in here that you can use to, you know, you don't have to have all the stuff on. And we'll start you out small and grow you into a very experienced trader with the pivot system. I'm Max Farrow, and this is DexIndicators.net. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you inside, and trade well.